In this video, we're going to discuss the selection sort algorithm for sorting a list of numbers. In selection sort, we go through the list from a position named index. Initially, index is at the very beginning of the array, but it keeps moving over, through to the end of the array, and we pick out what the minimum value is. Once we've found the minimum, we swap the minimum with whatever is located at index. For each iteration, one more place at the front of the list is sorted. This is going to make more sense when we go to the next slide and actually work this out. So here we have some numbers, obviously not sorted right now, and my arrow represents my index, and min is going to find the minimum of numbers starting from index and going to the end. Now, when I go through this, the first time my index is right here where the arrow is, and I look at 3, and I set it as my initial min. And then I check and say, okay, well, is 9 less than 3? And it isn't. 6 isn't less than 3. And I'm like, oh, 1 is less than 3. There's my minimum. I check the rest. Let's see, 1 is less than 2, 5, and 8. So I found my minimum. And what I do now is I'm going to actually temporarily store this somewhere else. I move the 1 here, and then I put the 3 where that was. And now I have the very first number sorted. So I won't actually be going back to compare this location again. That's already sorted. Our next step is to move our index to 9. And we reset the min right here. So we start off and saying, okay, my minimum right now is 9. Look at the next number. Is it less than 9? Yeah, it is. I'm going to move my minimum to 6. And I'll look at the next number. Is it less than 6? And it is. So I reset the minimum to 3. Look at the next number. Oh yeah, 2 is less than 3, so I move my minimum over. 5 is not less than 2, and 8 is not less than 2, and I have now found the minimum from 9 to the end. And so I'm going to swap what's in the index position, which is where my arrow is, with the minimum. And so 2 goes right here, and 9 goes here. And now I have successfully sorted everything, and we'll just extend this from 1 through 2. All right, so now we're going to move our index over here. We reset our minimum. We're going to do the next ones of these real quick. My minimum in what remains is right here at 3, and so 6 moves here, 3 moves here, and 6 moves in that position. And now I move my index over here. And now I've got 1, 2, 3 all in order. Starting at 6, I start with my minimum here, and as I look across, I can see that, oh, there's my minimum. It's at 5. So these are going to swap places. 5 and 6 swap places. And then I move my index over here. I put my minimum right here, and I look, 9, 6, 8. Yep, there's my minimum at 6. So 9 comes down here, 6 goes right there, and 9 goes up here. And my index moves over one more time, and I pick out the minimum of the last two numbers, which is 8. So that's my minimum, and these two swap places. And I have just completed my sorting using selection sort, because as soon as I end up in the last spot, I know I am done.